Hi everybody, my name's Chris Smith. Welcome to the Kleeneze Fresh Start Group training video number 1. As you can guess there, it's called Getting Started. So this is part of a sequence of 8 training videos, so work your way through them at the speed that suits you. And each one's kind of quarter of an hour or so, so it shouldn't take up too much time. It'll really help you get going on your business. So, one thing I would say is get started straight away. It's much better to learn, sort of do things and learn as you're going along, rather than kind of try to read everything there is to know about Kleeneze before you get started. As I've said there, ignorance on fire is much better than knowledge on ice. So, I'm just quickly going to introduce the 2 different startup options. You'll hopefully know which one you started off with. The break-free option, which is free to get started, but you start off with just 5 or 10 sets of catalogues, or a business builder kit, which you will have had to pay for a starter pack of 50 or up to 250 catalogues. There's a few little differences there, so it's useful just to be aware of them. The first one is with the break-free starter, you get a credit limit of £150. That basically just means that when you're first starting off, if you get orders of more than £150, you'll need to split it into a couple of orders to get them through. With the business builder kit, you'll have a credit limit of at least £500, so you can obviously place bigger orders. Because you've got more catalogues, you're likely to have more orders as well. With the break-free kit, there's a break-free bonus, and the goal is to try to hit £150 worth of orders in your first 3 weeks. That's 3 weeks after you complete the sign-up, not 3 weeks after you get your catalogues. Another reason why you want to get started as quickly as possible. With both starter packs, we recommend that you start off by showing them to your friends, family, neighbours, people that you know basically. They'll often become really good customers, and it's great if they know that you're doing the business so that they can kind of order from you. Might even be interested in joining your team and becoming a Kleeneze distributor themselves. Once you've been through all of your list of friends and family nearby that you know, the next step depends on which of the startup kits you've gone for. With the break free, we recommend that you present the catalogues. I'll explain a bit more about that in a moment. With the business builder kit, you can either present the catalogues, or if you've gone for one of the larger ones, you can letterbox them, which is basically you just pop them through the letterboxes near where you live. Again, I'll explain that a little bit more in a moment. With the break-free starter pack, your break-free bonus, this is the 3-week target that I mentioned earlier, is based on hitting £150 worth of orders. And if you can achieve that, you'll get an extra 30 catalogues for free, along with the 5 or 10 that you started off with. There's another bonus in your first order, even if it's just £75 or more, you will get 5 extra catalogues. On top of that, for both break-free and business builder starter packs, there are rapid start bonuses, where as you place orders you achieve bonus points, and each time you place an order you've got a chance of qualifying for an extra 25 free catalogues. And this carries on throughout the first 6 or 7 months in your business. Okay, so getting started, the first thing you should do before you've even received your catalogues, as soon as you've completed your sign-up, would be to write a list of 20 or more people. This is people that you know in the area, as I said, friends, family, neighbours, colleagues, people that you can show the catalogues to when they arrive. And tell all your friends that you started with the business. It's great if they know that, because then they can kind of, as I say, have a look at the catalogue, and they may even be interested to see what you're doing because they'd like to earn a bit of extra money themselves. When the catalogues do arrive, which should be 2 working days after you do the sign-up, first thing to do is to just prepare them. Put a sticky label on the back of the catalogue with your details on, and then show them to the first 5 or 10 people on that list that you created. Get them back from those people as quickly as possible. As you've only got 3 weeks, you need to kind of get the catalogues back so you can pass them on to the rest of the people on the list. If someone says they're going to be away for a few days, could they hang on to it for a week? I'd suggest you say, actually I'll bring it round later on in the week when you're back, and then you can have a look at it then, so that you can show the catalogue to other people who are around. Continue to work your way down the list until you've shown them to everybody that you know. In terms of preparing your catalogues, when you're just showing them to friends and people that you know, this is not so important, but certainly once you start delivering them to other houses near where you live, it's important to go through all of this. So the first thing you need to do is to personalise your catalogues. And by that, I just mean you put a little sticky label on the back of each catalogue that's got your name, contact details, address, so people know who you are. And those same details should be on your day slips and on the order forms. With the day slips, if you started with one of the business builder kits, your sponsor should have sent you a starter pack with the day slips all pre-printed. With the break-free option, they're normally sticky labels that you put on the day slips. Prepare each pack exactly the same. So you have a plastic bag which you'll have received in your starter pack. In each one you put a catalogue, at least one or two of the catalogues you received with your starter pack. You will have the main catalogue, the spring and summer special if it's at the beginning of the year, Christmas special if it's in the second half of the year. There may well be sales catalogues as well. So you put one of each type in the plastic bag. Now what I recommend is that you put one of the catalogues in upside down and back to front, and I'll explain why in just a moment. Put your day slip at the front so your customers know exactly when you're going to be popping around to collect it, and make the order form visible as well, just behind the day slip is what I recommend. And change the plastic bags that you've got your catalogues in regularly. When you first put them out, they're lovely and clean and shiny, but once they've been out in the rain 2 or 3 times, they start to get a bit raggedy looking, and it's worth just changing them so they look clean and shiny again. Remember, that's your shop window, so you want your customers to feel happy that they've received it. So, with the break free, your first target is your 3-week break free date. So make sure you know what that 3-week date is. It should be on your email that you receive from head office, on your welcome letter from your sponsor as well. When you're starting to collect your orders, one thing to note is don't place any orders for less than £75. This is in your first 4 weeks, because any orders over £75 you get free delivery, but less than that you will incur a delivery charge which will eat up most of your commission. But your first goal is to hit £150 worth of orders by that break-free date. You can do that in 1 or more orders, so it doesn't have to be one £150 order. It could be 2 of £75 or 2 of 80 or 90. You don't have to hit it exactly. And once you hit more than £150 and you've paid for that order, you then upgrade to a full distributor, and this means you'll get a £500 credit limit, and you should have received an extra 30 free catalogues. So you can really start to make some money from the business then. The next step, after you've shown your catalogues to friends, family, neighbours, people that you know nearby, the next step, if you started on the break free especially, is to present your catalogues. That simply means checking whether people want a catalogue rather than just popping it through their letterboxes. Have a little look at that website on there, presentyourcatalogues.co.uk. There's a great little video there and a little sort of getting started guide to explain how to do it. It's very simple. And what we found with letterboxing is that when you've got less than 100 catalogues, it really just takes too long to build up your catalogues. You'll lose some catalogues, and it takes too long to build up your customers. And because you're losing a few catalogues as well, it can just take a long time before you're earning some decent money. So presenting your catalogues is much more successful. So, start off with a plan. What I mean by that is you should have received in your welcome letter from your sponsor a weekly planner, which is just a kind of timetable, what to do on each day of the week, morning, afternoon and evening. And on there, block out the times that you're unavailable, so if you go to work or dropping the kids off at school or anything like that, and then work out amongst the rest of the time what you're going to do, what's available for you to do your cleaning business. And so come up with a little plan, and then stick to it. Don't think, shall I go out to do my catalogues today, shall I not? There's no way to run a business. Because you're kind of working for yourself, there are no fixed times. There's no boss telling you what time you need to come in or what time you don't need to come in. So you need to be disciplined in making sure you go out regularly, doing the catalogues, stick to your plan, and you'll soon start earning some good money from this business. Question there about whether you letterbox or present. As I said, if you started with less than 100 catalogues, you really need to present them. If you've gone with one of the larger business builder kits, you can letterbox them as well, which is simply popping them through a letterbox through letterboxes as you go down the street. We use a 6x4 routine. What that means is you deliver a catalogue back to the same customers once every 4 weeks, and you repeat that. Obviously in between you're delivering to other houses in other streets, but you go after every 4 weeks, you go back and you repeat that 6 times to see whether they want to order or not. Give them 6 chances. Some people won't order from you the first, second, third, fourth, maybe not until the 5th or the 6th time when they order. That's partly because people are busy, they might not have a chance to have a look at it. Other times it's that they've had distributors in the past who haven't been very reliable, so they're kind of trying to see whether you're going to be reliable or not. You'd be amazed how many customers you pick up on the 4th, 5th and 6th times round that didn't order the first time. And once they order from you and they meet you and they see that you're reliable, you'll be getting orders from them all the time there. So, when you're delivering your catalogues, plan your route. Start close to home. There's no point in driving over the other side of town just because you sort of think the houses over there look a bit better. Don't sit about, just print a map and highlight each road that you've done. Make sure you go and deliver every house. Don't prejudge which houses might order, which houses might not, because really you can never tell. And the other bit of advice I've got for you is ignore any other distributor. Because we don't work on territories, there may well be other distributors around your area. You may find other people that start up while you're doing yours. But don't worry, everyone picks up their customers in amongst the other people's catalogues. If you see another catalogue lying around or outside somebody's door, pop yours through anyway. That you will be amazed how many times people will order from you because they like your name, you live nearer to them, you put the order through, just the catalogue through just after they've got paid, all sorts of different reasons. So just ignore any other books, pop yours through, be regular, be reliable, and you will pick up your customers. Make sure you keep records in your round book, so that you should have a small notebook that came with your starter pack. Make a note of each house, whether you put a catalogue through or not, and you'll use that again when you go to collect the catalogues. I'll explain in a moment. And just be considerate. Close gates behind you, walk on people's paths, don't walk across their lawns or flower beds or anything like that. Treat their garden as you want them to treat yours. And talk to everybody you come across. You'd be amazed people sort of say, "Oh, you're delivering Kleeneze in the area. Oh, would you drop one in at number 27? Fantastic way of kind of just building up a little bit of rapport with somebody before you even put the catalogue through. So, a day or two later, when you go back to collect the catalogues, make sure you take with you your round book. So A, you know exactly which houses you've dropped catalogues in, and secondly, you can then record what they did. Explain that again in a moment. Make sure you take some thank you slips with you and the sorry I missed you slips. So for every house that you go past, make a note in that round book. Did you get the catalogue back? Did they order? Or did they look at the catalogue? Now this comes back to, do you remember when I said when you're preparing your bags with the catalogues in, if you put one of the catalogues in back to front and upside down, it's really quite obvious when somebody's taken all the catalogues out of the bag, had a look through it. Normally, the order form, the day state, things will be in a different order, but some people try to be nice and tidy. They put all the catalogues back in the right way around, so you can tell the one that you put in at the back upside down and back to front has been put in the right way around, and you can see whether they've looked at it. And make a note of that, because that's useful for deciding whether you continue to go back to somebody who's regularly looking at your catalogue or somebody who's hasn't looked at it for weeks and weeks and weeks. So once you've received your orders, you enter them onto the Kleeneze website and send them off to head office. Your sponsor will walk you through that. It's not that complicated, so you'll need to do that on your computer. And the goods will come back to you 2 working days later. So all you do then is unpack the boxes. You then sort the different goods that you've received into your customers' orders. I normally put each item in one carrier bag, so obviously each customer's items in the one carrier bag. I normally staple the blue receipt to the carrier bag and then use the boxes that I've already received everything in to hold those carrier bags of packed orders. I then use the pink receipt. Most customers leave the pink receipt on even though they can take it off as their copy. But I then use the pink receipt as a checklist to see which orders I've still got to deliver and which ones I've already done. When you're delivering your orders to your customers, I would call them first. You might not have the telephone numbers of all of your customers, especially at the beginning, because some customers are a bit worried about giving their telephone number out. But once you get to know your customers, you'll make a note of their telephone numbers, keep them down either as contacts in your phone or written on the order form. Just give them a call first. It just kind of lets them know that you're on your way around, and also it'll save you a journey if they're not in. When you go to deliver the order, some people will ask if it's okay to pay you by cheque, and that's absolutely fine, and they can either make the cheque out to Kleeneze or to you, and it doesn't matter which way they do it. If they make it to Kleeneze, then you have to pay those cheques into a branch of the NatWest along with one of the gyro slips that you'll have received. If they make the cheque available to you, you can just pay it with the cash into your own account, and then you pay what you owe Kleeneze just either over the phone or through internet banking. When you hand over the goods to the customer, just highlight your details on their receipt. Just say to them, if you've got any problems at all, give me a call. My telephone number's on your receipt there, and I'm quite happy to refund or replace any problems that you might have. You're really kind of wanting to encourage them to order as much as possible. If they've got any doubts about it, they know they can order from you, and then if it's not right, you can just return it and give them their money back. Okay, so that's the end of getting started. I hope that all makes sense. If you've got any questions with anything that you've heard on this training, feel free to come back to me. My name's Chris Smith. My telephone number is 01425 470 558, or speak to your sponsor or the person who introduced you to the business. The next training that you should go through is called Your First 4 Weeks, and hopefully I'll see you then. Okay, thanks for that.